Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to show you guys my latest purchase here. You guys have probably seen this. The vessel's kind of, I feel like they're kind of like a newcomer, although they've been around for a while, obviously. But as far as being out on the market, um, they do have some nice technologies, and I've got some other of their screwdrivers. But I wanted to focus on this set that I just purchased because I've heard some good things about it, heard some other things, and I wanted to take a look at this set of the ball grip vessel. 5-piece ratcheting screwdriver set. So let's take a quick look at these, and you can see here the picture. It's a little bit different design of what you guys are traditionally used to, right? You got screwdrivers, right? Typically longer handle, but what's different about this is it's got a ball grip back here, and these are ratcheting screwdrivers. So we'll pop open the case real quick, let you guys take a peek, right? And here is the set, right? It comes with this actually nice EVA foam tray, right? This actually fits quite nicely in your toolbox. Um, and I mean, if you'd rather have them separated out, that's fine too. But the foam tray works pretty nice. It's actually got this nice plastic upper piece too as well, so that's going to be more resistant to getting dirty, to getting fluids on it and cleaning off much nicer. So I do like that aspect about it. So we'll dive into this. Let's jump on the back side of the packaging here first, real quick. Now I'll say this too, real quick. This setup comes with just these two balls, and we'll talk about these other ones, but there's three balls here that are missing. So you can order it as one complete set with all of the balls on it, or just the two. So in my case, I actually ordered all of them, but somehow I got shipped this set. So I'll have to work that out. But taking a look, this set is actually part number 2202. Sorry, 22002 N3EVA. And as you see here, here's all the different blade sets. So part 2202B is the 2 by 150 millimeter or 6 inch. The 2200 is the 2 Phillips number 2 by 100 millimeters, which is 4 inches. And as you can see here, the 150 millimeter, that is for the number 3 Phillips. And then you jump over here to this side, which is the orange side. That is going to be all of your flathead or slot nose. And those are going to be 6 by 100 millimeter for the 2200. And the 2200B is going to be the 6 by 150 millimeter. So this bad boy here too. So these are all what comes in the set. I will notice there is a nice little sticker right here. Vessel has been known as being traditionally a Japanese company, but in this case, it looks like they're outsourcing to Thailand. So, I mean, Thailand's not a bad place, but it is definitely not a Japanese product at this point for this set. Now that may be different. They may manufacture in both locations. I may have gotten this set from Thailand. That I'm not sure of. But if you dive in here, you can see where they kind of talk a little bit about the hardware of what makes up these screwdrivers. And they can say, as you see here, it's a fully hardened blade. It says the same material as power bits. When you dive in online, it's obviously a chrome vanadium setup, and it's a hardened shank. As you look through here, and it's actually magnetized. If you look at that sign, as you play with these, you'll find out that they're magnetized tips. This shank is actually covered with a nice plastic polymer. Let's see here, some shank cover against short circuit accidents. Do not allow that to make you think that it's made for electrician's use, because if you look closely here, obviously it says wear safety glasses. Do not use on electrical surfaces. I think that, or maybe that's prying. Do not pry and do not hammer. Um, so we'll take a look at this some more. And then on the back here, you can see it separates, and it's got a ratcheting system. So let's pull this one out, and we'll take a quick look at how that ratcheting system works. So right now, this one is in the locked position. I will note that there is a small amount of play. I would prefer that to be really tight, but that's not terrible. The grips here are actually a nice kind of overmold rubber, maybe even a silicone. It actually feels quite nice. So that is nice. And then the rest of this is actually all plastic throughout. The only metal piece that is observable is going to be on the end of the tang. So let's separate it. You guys hear that? Actually, kind of like that part about these screwdrivers. Oh, come on. There's actually a nice suction inside there. So how it does that is you have your hex bit here. This is the 1/4 inch. So when you have 1/4 inch bits, we actually got a couple here. You guys could see. You could actually take this and put in any of your 1/4 inch bits. And then as you turn it to the left or to the right, it either loosens it or it tightens it. So nice function. I like the little detail there too about vessel. Small little nice detail. Oh, isn't that nice and tight? There we go. That would explain it. Actually has a, see if you guys can see it up inside there. It uses like a compression ring to hold it in place. The machine work is actually quite nice though. Very smooth. Yeah, that is nice. And then what drives it inside the tang is that same setup. As you guys can see inside there, you got a hex tang, 1/4 inch. So as you're using it, it goes on quite easily. You tighten as needed, and you loosen by switching it. And then if you want to do the manual, right, you lock it in the center, and then you just turn it by hand and turn it like a traditional screwdriver. But as I mentioned, there's just a little bit of play there, which, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's, I would think for what these screwdrivers cost, and we'll talk about that real quick. Pricing for these at the time of this video is roughly between $70 to $90+, depending on what set you get. This set I think is closer to $60, $70, and then the completed set with all the ratcheting heads is closer to 90 some odd dollars. So I would expect for nearly $100 screwdrivers set to have a really tight ball head. Now, what makes this different than your traditional screwdrivers or ratcheting screwdrivers, and I've got a couple of them here, right? Got a SATA, got this Cobalt one, and got my Snap-on one as well. Mostly stubbies that are my ratcheting ones. I even got this, I think this is a Skill one as well. This is like the give to dad for Christmas stocking stuffer type. Right? Extendable, all that fun stuff. What's nice and what's different about this is typically, and I'll use this, I mean, this is more of a standard profile of a screwdriver, right? Your hand is more focused in the center or more towards the front of the screwdriver, and then the rest of the handle sits further back in your hand. And I feel like the focus for traditional screwdrivers is where your fingers are in the middle, right? That's where you get those curved or flattened edges to get a better grip, and then you use the rest of your palm to squeeze down tightly to tighten and loosen. And for the most part, that works pretty well, especially for if you're just trying to get the really hard tightening. Now, for finite stuff, it's a little funky, right? To be back here, the weight, ergonomics, it's a little bit harder for finite stuff. I think, messing with this vessel, what I like about this is a lot of that pressure for turning, right, is more focused back at the ball. And you can actually take your hand and you actually hold it more differently than you would a traditional screwdriver. And it allows you to really grip onto this ball, right? Almost like a baseball in a way, right? You could just reach over it, grab it, and you could really tighten down that way. I like that. Now, what I like about this part is the dexterity. You keep your hand closed on this, and then you have the finite control of your fingertips. So if you're dealing with like electronics or small screwdrivers or tight places, or you're just trying to get that screw in faster, the way to do that is to get your hands on a smaller portion, right, to increase the rotation of your screwdriver. So I think that is actually a really nice key to these vessel screwdrivers. And we'll take it. We'll give it a quick screw. We'll call it a screw test, right? That's so easy, right, guys? I can just put my hand in the back of it there, crank these bad boys down, right? Or if it's these smaller guys, smaller screws, let's see if we try with just my fingertips. Now this one's, I mean, we're dealing with wood, guys, so it's a little bit tighter, but if you want to use your fingers and rotate between the two. See, just use my fingers, get it in there till it's tight, and then come back to the wrist. I mean, that is actually really nice. Now I'll say I'm a little worried about how close my fingers might be. I might accidentally click this over and out of gear. So I mean, it does have a good detent, but it's not super tight. So that would be a slight worry, I think, in my case. But all in all, I mean, let's take a quick look at the flathead. Actually, let's go through here for you guys. Let you all take a peek at each of them. So this was the, both of these are Phillips number 2s. This is the longer one, right? So if you want to get in those deeper places, and here's the part number, as you guys can see. It's 150 millimeter. That is nice. You bump up to the number 3. So for those large, I don't think, I'll try it here real quick, see if these screws were the number 3. Someone was looking like they could actually be used as such. Check fitment. Oh yeah. I mean, even you can do it by bare hand too. That's a very positive engagement. I will note that here on the tip, and I don't know if this is just the standard kind of rough finish that they provide, or if that's some sort of like diamond or carbon coating. I don't know. It doesn't mention anything about what this finish is, but it does have a very textured feel. So that's nice. As you guys know, for engaging screws and fasteners, having a little bit of texture there definitely helps out. But as far as the machine work, I mean, it is excellent. It is quite nice. I don't see any flaws on any of these thus far. So popping over to the orange side, that is going to be your flathead screwdrivers. And checking out there, yeah, that's a very nice taper to that. Very gradual. Yeah, no complaints there. Once again, this is going to be virtually identical. You're just talking about color. You pull it apart, have your separate ratcheting end, right? So if you wanted to carry multiple bits with you, pop in the bits, go to town, working on, right? If you need something to get in there in a short, stubby location, right? That works excellent. So it's like, it's great because it's dual use for just the ratcheting head and for the tang. You can have your standard screwdriver, but if you have a couple extra bits for whatever it is, you know, for flat, for slot nose, for Allen, Torx, whatever you guys have, that's nice because you could easily know that this screwdriver has the ability to pop in those bits and you're able to use them without having to have an additional screwdriver or additional tools on hand. So that, guys, I like. And this spins really nice. This is a 36 tooth set. It is very smooth. Now, if you want to compare it to something super nice, obviously the Snap-on, similar tooth count. Snap-on is very nice. I actually just greased this one up, so it feels really good. I would say tooth count is pretty close between the two, right? Let's see if I do this as ratcheting, locks out. Maybe we'll go over this later in another video. Better than, right? Skill. Better than your SATA. SATA's got a little bit of play in there. Obviously, more of a budget screwdriver, but does its job. I would say, yeah, great spin. Let's see if it's in the lockout mode. Oh, it's just a little bit, barely a little bit tighter. But all in all, guys, my impression on this, yeah, price is high, but if you're looking for a screwdriver that lasts, I would think this is a great setup. Comes with a great tray. Vessel has a great name. They make great screwdrivers and great tools. I will admit, though, looking at the warranty online with Vessel, there is a challenge with that warranty because they say they give you 6 months, and you must also register with your receipt. So you take a picture, put it all online. It's a big process, and you only get 6 months. So is Vessel hurting themselves here? I think so. I think Vessel needs to step up their game because most manufacturers at this point have lifetime or limited lifetime warranties, and they go the extra mile to take care of their customers. Now, I've never had to return a vessel, a screwdriver, or reach out for support, so I don't know how that will shake down. But it's worth noting when purchasing a set of screwdrivers from them. So all in all, I mean, I actually let's try something real quick. I actually pulled out this throttle body. I want to see if we could crack loose. Now, if you see that dot, these are actually JIS fittings, but let's see if Vessel will still work on those fittings. Let's put it in there. Oh, these are gonna be tight. Oh, I did it. That is nice. All right, guys. I don't know if you've ever tried to pull a throttle body bolt or screw, but they are not easy. And the fact that this has a nice long shank, and I'm able to grip onto that ball in the back so tightly, I'm definitely going to complete the rest of this set. I think this is a great choice. I think it's a great buy, and I think this takes screwdrivers to the next level. So, if you haven't, I would recommend checking these out. You don't have to buy these as a whole set. You can buy them individually. Actually, I'll share with you guys this one. I actually bought this one with it as well as an individual use. So I would recommend buy one of these individually. I think they're closer individually to like 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks in that range. Maybe even less. Probably closer to 20 bucks, maybe just under 20 bucks. Get a feel for just I'd say the Phillips, and see if you like that setup and go from there. So great tool, guys. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and share your comments. What do you guys think? If you guys have any of these vessels yet, share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.